should be able to punch Bremen out of the war, and then go for the elusive 100%. But I didn't call them in for favors, and they still have a bunch of their army stuck there. And holy moly, I said Danes would win this war in the seas. How in the world are the Swedes winning? Actually, really how? That's a lot more morale. That must be it, because the Danes are better led. They got that maneuver. They number more. They have more galleons involved. And yet, the Swedes come out on top. Totally balanced nation. No further action needed, nor will be requested. Yeah, 1 full point of morale is good, but that matters far less on the seas than it does on... not sure I want to send you up there. I know. I will split you like that to reduce risk, and then I'll have my eyes on that situation at least. You guys get this done, we'll have everybody back. Glad that this is down. I'll split you over. Using 2 stacks is better than 1 because nice. The attrition can knock you down. Alright, that was a great counterattack on the Danes. They thought they had me by taking Yaroslav. I think not. Goodbye, Hungary. I know it's Bohemia annexing them, but I'm still happy to see full annexation demanded when it comes to those scumbags. Now, Muscovy. Our truce is almost up. If you join a coalition, you're signing your own death warrant. It's still good for me to claim the lands of higher development. And if nothing else, then I'm going for... Tengri. Actually, I don't have the spy network to do that. Who would have thought? Alright, nice. I'm not going to hesitate on this one, though. We're punching forward. I can't have those Danes run over Sweden like they did last time. Of course, the numbers of Danes will be unpleasant for me. I know I'll send you guys up here, but I think it would be better to have you back to deal with the inevitable Hungarian, Croatian particularities that want to rise up in Siberia for some reason. Oh, probably because I just took it and I never got around to converting it, and I don't want to give it autonomy because that lures absolutism. Bah, humbug. How long have you been there? Alright, this goes smoothly, and he's not trying to hire units here, so he's not stepping on my toes in that regard. There we go, feels nice to have this kind of occupation going. Supply limit in Sweden is a bit terrible, but I'll still get these guys together and mow them down. Goody, goody. Anyone else that I could be cooler with at this point? Yeah, I'm still allied to your enemies, so that's a big no on the Ming. Still want to run through the Oirat at some point, but I got bigger European fish to fry at this point. It's probably a better idea for me to trim the claws of the Ottomans before I start heading in this direction, because I start getting less and less returns on this land. It's so far away that it's costing me quite a bit to hold on to it. Maybe stop paying for those expensive Austrians. I'm unfamiliar with condottieri rules. Where are those Austrians anyway? I bought them up front, but where are they? Anybody with better eyes than me able to spy some errant Austrians? Finland, southern Finland. Well, this is good. See, they're on their way to go and fight the Danes, which is exactly what I want them to do. And the Danes are still patrolling Gotland. What a guy. Right, all these guys are free now. So I get them all together and probably send them to Obo. Whilst the others march across even further. Oh, come on, Austria. That's a fight you could have. Alright, keep those conversions rolling on in. and keep those ideas rolling on in. Now I can take even more war score off of this guy. Remember well, I want your land, and I can take it relatively cheaply. Path to aggressive expansion. I mean, it's not good land. Don't let anyone tell you this is nice land to have, but it will be my land and not theirs. Don't you need a fort, Jake? I will need a fort in order to take land, but I'll be pushing for near enough 100% here. Damn, the Swedes gave up. Swedes always give up. No backbone on these people. There we go, that seems alright. Hey, why is Sweden happy with that? Don't tell me they've occupied some of this. Oh, it's just because they're getting a bit of the money, of course. They've really riled up their troops there. Their numbers are pretty high. I don't fancy running in with this unit anymore. And if he takes Stockholm, then Danes are still Tech 18. Bremens are still Tech 19. Hopefully Stockholm can hold out long enough for me to get these units back here and then we charge in together. But let's not take that fight. Although they're not very well led, are they? I don't think I'll take a crossing on it because it's their... oh, Sweden occupied Oslo. Not on my watch, you don't. That land belongs to me. What are you doing there? Don't like this though. The Danes are piling on over here. But the Swedes are annihilating that Danish fleet, which I do like quite a lot. I don't think Stockholm's going to hold out against that, unfortunately. No edict here. Get back to the manpower edict here, even though manpower is not really much of a concern. I still like having it. Jake, Soviet borders. Yeah. Pretty good Soviet borders in my view there. Ah, curses. Sweden took that province as well. I could probably give up these two for now, but it just doesn't look right not having those. It's in such a rubbish trade node. Russia didn't own any lands west of Kola. That's Norwegian's clay. You say that, but I'm not going to take a province in an area and not finish off the area. So Finnmark and Inari are Soviet borders now, by decree of me. Captured, expelled. Make one last claim while you're there then. And probably pull you back. There's not much point in making many more. And he refuses to convert more land as usual. I got a lot of work ahead of me in conversions. I don't think it's going to hold at 35, but I should try. As expected, Hungarians wish to rise up, but you are there, ready and waiting for them. It's all flat area, so I'm ready for whatever. Ah, Stockholm went down. However, we should be able to rush over and take Stockholm back quite quickly. I mean, it only recently fell. He's not stopping us from going there. And it's a pathetic fort that Jagger can crack open like a coconut. It would be nice if Sweden helped us with the blockade, but Sweden helping is not something they're terribly familiar with. What happened to the harsh treatment? Well, I mean, I could do it, but we're ready to destroy them anyway, so why bother? Give it to Åland, the supply is fine. Stockholm won't last. I mean, it's full of Stockholmers. And good Lord Austria, I hired you to fight. If you could please fight. But no, he's taking a snug job, thinking he's doing all the work because he's joining me in a siege that I myself am winning. Okay, Bremen can't fight to save their lives for whatever reason. Can't believe the Swedes were kicked out of here. Sweden, do it and do it properly. Got one of the cores done at least. I was wondering why it was so much faster, but Goldingen was under siege, or occupied even. Do the Swedes have the combat ability ideas? Oh yeah, at this state in the game, every nation has all their national ideas. But they have quantity, offensive, religious for whatever reason. Okay, Austria, come on. I don't have you just for good looks right now. Feels like I do, though. I'm paying for those expensive condottieri, and they're doing a whole lot of not much. Well, they're laying siege. Gotta start somewhere, I suppose. But I need this fort, or else I won't be able to take anything. Might also be nice to hold Lunde, and that'll prevent them from crossing as long as Sweden gets their buttocks over there. So try your best for Lund. Remember, the Danish army is terrible. Assumedly terrible. Both armies are terrible. We can win easily enough. They're rising up in Pest. We can take them down, no problem, even if we are outnumbered. I'd love to send them to somewhere else, but that'll do. By the way, are the Commonwealth, they're still allied with me and still willing to help out a friend. In fact, they don't even have debt. To think one of my strategies was to ditch the Commonwealth. I guess I'm almost glad that I did not. Right, the Danes are on a warpath up there, which is good, because we can quickly move back and forth here, whilst they spend forever walking around. I just hope I can walk over to Schwelland with you. With Jagger, that is. Hemorrhaging money here, I don't like that. And I know who's to blame, the Austrians. Hopefully they get better at sieging. Forget Lund, I should make my march on Schwelland straight away. Particularists really wanting to rise up. I would benefit from converting you right now, getting it done swiftly so I don't have those particularists at all to worry about. And boy, are my diplomats lazy. Perhaps I should make people who are in the coalition a bit warmer towards me. Sentiments warm. There we go. Put 3 of them to use. Who knows, might make some new friends doing that. I got blocked going over to Schwelland, but so be it. Hopefully the Swedish Navy can move in, you know, understanding my desire to get to Schwelland. That's amazing. If only the Swedish Navy were able to do this faster. Swedish Navy, please. Oh god, I even lost one of my claims on Muscovy. Taking too much time here. The truce isn't up yet, but that's okay. The Danes are retaking... Oh, so what the heck? That was quite the way to go. One does wonder their motivations. It's a bit of a trek for me to go back and kick their sorry arses. What are they up to? I don't know. Sweden, do you think you could come over here? He is going over this way, so I might be able to park myself on Schwelland yet. Those guys are dead, so I can head up here in case they get any funny ideas about taking my provinces. You guys hide in case they do go for the capital and just squish you like a bug on the way there. There we go. Down it goes. To me, of course. Swedish Navy is heading south. They might be able to let me over here. There we go. Let's make it happen. Take the Danish capital. Keep the rest of their troops on Gotland. Alright, we saw that the Bremen troops are garbage. Let's put that to test. And then again, let's not be too carefree. The Danish army, as we know, is right there. I'm gonna tell Wallachia to take that fort. Hopefully they do, and I can have a fort occupied, which will allow me to make the peace deals of my dreams. This is rather dangerous, that Danish army. I should at least hold out in some woods, or maybe even backtrack a bit. Truce is up with Muscovy. I doubt they'll join a coalition against me, so I don't need to worry about that so much. Yeah, the Danes were kind enough to de-siege Osel, so I could demand it in the peace deal. But I think I'd rather demand all their money. I can take this at a later date. Again, I can't take Jack until I have that fort. But I would quite like Bremen out of this war. What is he up to? Let's take a step back, just keep an eye on the situation there. Good. Hungarian conversion's coming easy. Probably after my capital. Enemy nations love my capital. Glad I put a fort on it, or more specifically that I moved my capital into that fort. Not so glad I hired these Austrians. They are not doing God's work here. You really didn't do a lot for me, and now you're gone. Speaking of gone, that Bremen fort is enough to kick them out of the war. Wow. Are you seriously telling me that my contribution to my own war is 3%? I am shocked. Okay, I don't want the money anymore. I want the war reparations, as ever. I can't convert your religion, sadly. And your alliance with the Danes always gets in my way, so that's getting cut off. It's a bit worrisome that the Danes might get another considerably better ally, but it's nicer that we just don't have Bremen to worry about anymore. And now it's just the Danes and their terrible troops. And they're still terrible. He's still at tech rubbish. Good. It all comes together. There's our armies ready to sandwich the Danes. Hoyland is down, and it took no time to bring down either. Good job, Jagger. Speaking of alliances, don't forget to cancel the Danes of the PLC. TTC, they don't have an alliance. And the reason they don't have an alliance is because, for the second time, Commonwealth declined a call to arms by the Danes. So that also killed the Danish friendliness towards them. In fact, they really don't like them. Broke royal marriage. They refused to join our war, even once their provinces. So I'm not going to waste my war score on breaking Danish alliances. I want to put them in a horrible amount of debt, but not if it's all going to the Swedes. I want war reparations in that case. None of these provinces are Finnish, so I can't spit out a Finnish subject unless I take the war to Sweden. And there's no particular incentive for me to war with Sweden anytime soon. I guess there are the provinces in the Novgorod trade node, but I make decent enough dosh in the Kazan trade node. I'll make decent enough more when I take the rest of this. Huh, money is coming out of here. I don't like that. Give the Swedes their fort in Norway, so the next war is nice and simple. Their fort in Norway. Are you thinking of that? Because they already have that. If you mean Trondelag, then it's a bit high development for me to just hand over to them. Also, it means that the Swedes are a harder target, and I will be killing the Swedes eventually. I don't fear their British ally. I mean, it's Britain, come on. Then again, they'll probably land here and cause all sorts of bother. Oh. Sorry, at this point, I think I'd rather lose the... If there was a button to trade 500 ducats for 10 admin, I probably would, so... Ouch. Burgers, I need you to get me those losses back. I'll grant an admiralship and give you monopoly charters, but you need to give me those ducats. Rough. Give them Lunde. I mean, I probably should give the Swedes something. Oh, we've pretty much 100%ed him, but I don't get to do jack until I have Trondelag. Well, hopefully he's gunning for my capital so that we can gun him down there whilst he's still at tech rubbish. Oh, I missed that. The Danes still have a fair army, don't they? Oh, that's no big deal. I'm ready and willing to slaughter the Danes at a moment's notice. Plus I got all this going on. And this is killing their navy, which is an added super bonus. Also taking all these provinces is free, because it's a cleansing of heresy. I should take Osolom here, of course. And I could take more of this, but I'm just taking crap land away from him, which feels bad for me. Did the Soviets have Gotland? I have a feeling they did not. I think we'd remember that if they did. You know, recently. I know they had it. Alright, keep those conversions going. Livonians, Croatians and particularists still wish to rise up, of course. Gotland was Swedish. Oh yeah, and the Swedes, you know, didn't help their brethren in Finland as they got mauled by the Soviet Union, so of course they didn't lose it. Good job, Sweden. Nice way to bring back that that admin, and we can probably get 2 admin ideas if we really wanted to. Not sure I want to. I need that admin for all this coring I'm about to do, so I will only take 1. I already have this for gaining innovativeness after all. Groovy, and now we can prove wrong the guy that said we can't take a military idea. I want... actually, I really want influence. Influence is good for a whole lot of stuff. But I believe it's going to be quality. Quality and diplomatic is an amazing thing to have. And it would be good to finally have armies that can fight. We're going to need that. And it gives me something to spend all my mill on, so let's make our infantry better and finally get some more army tradition. At the end of this we might have some decent generals. And there we go, with Siberia converted, it should kill off the particularists. Yeah, that was the only place that wanted to have them. Goody, this is coming together very well. These provinces that I took off of Hungary are pretty expensive to do. I think I'd rather keep going with this whole area, so I don't have to worry about revolts here. Then we can take care of the Hungarians, because I expect them to rise up for a bit. Yet. I could still take all this with not much bother. Are you remaking the DDR as in your name? Oh, we will have DDR here. There's a lot of Commonwealth to cut down along the way, but we'll be having it. If I can get you over to Soroka and then crush the Danish army, that would be golden. I don't want to leave it intact, but I want to hit it while they're still at Tech 18. If I go like that, you'll be there on the 29th. When do you get there? The 2nd of February. Alright. Then you're going to hold off for a couple of days. It's forestry, so they get a bit of an advantage. And I'm probably also going to give them a river crossing, but again, the tech is... give it a couple of days. There we go. And there, we should be able to maul those Danes, and that'll feel pretty great for me. Alright, Trondelag, you go down and this war is over, so I'm just counting on the Wallachians. Glad I got that tech whilst I had 100% spy network in Bohemia. Oh, you arrived on different days. That's not good, because it means that the lineup here isn't as I want it to be. It's probably fine. Jeez. I thought I'd be fighting a whole lot better than this. Oh, jeez. My units are so rubbish at fighting, it's almost painful. I think my line's going to break, actually. Well, I got yet another fort down, so we can at least fan out and hurt him more, but jeez, I don't like this. 11th, 20th, and 25th. I mean, I know this game pretty much inside out, and I could not tell you why my army is fighting so badly. In the end, you were absolutely massacring them. Oh god, the Swedes took Oslo again. What is their obsession with that province? Still, I'm waiting on Trøndelag. That's as good as we can do ourselves. There we go. At least we're able to massacre the army a bit. They're going to have to pay for all that. Oh, I missed that. He's going in for the fight. Yeah, you know, probably better just to pull out when we can from that. I'm not here to lose all my army. Even though we have manpower, let's not celebrate it by killing everyone. We still have to pay for reinforcements. Trøndelag is down, the war is over. And, you know, since we died, we can actually take some of that money and hopefully force the Danes into a bit of destitution. What are you doing with the Ottomans? Military access, not to worry then. You rolled like garbage with a -2. There is that, but I don't want to think about that. We have no overextension, so this is fine and dandy. Good, it'll make our country look better if nothing else. But occupied by Montenegro and Montenegro. I don't know, these two are going to look funny. But I'll be taking all of Finland, because Finland's a part of Soviet Union, as we all know. So I guess it's okay to take Kola. They're all going to rise up anyway. The Samis. Alright. It's a shame because Denmark will keep all these forts and I don't want to give any more to Sweden, but that'll do me just nicely. The ultimate casus belli on Muscovy. My name is over their name, so they must go. I'll get into position before I fight them. It's not like I fear them getting any allies. You guys are too well, you're still broken, so away you go. You guys get over there. You fine fellows head over here. Oh, the Croats still want to rise up. Right, well. Again, I could crack their skulls, but now I have a use for my mill, so I'm not so keen to just give it up like that. These two units can take care of Muscovy. You're in charge of policing Hungary. And now I got a whole bunch of land to core up. Shame about the war exhaustion, but it doesn't make it that much more expensive. 5% won't be missed. Nice, don't have to worry about the territory stuff so much. Why do we have proud Serbs around here? Out of curiosity, would you take land outside of the designated zone if you got a good chance? No. No, I would not. Let me put that another way. When we were desperate for anything, I would take anything. But now that we're not, I will not. So a PU over Scotland means Scotland will either stay my subject or more than likely just be let free. I guess this must be your guy. Why else would you have such weird numbers of units? And you guys are no longer broken, so get your buttocks back there. Finland fought off the Soviets, Jake. Incorporating them into the Union is blasphemy. But Finland is part of the Soviet Union. Sure, they're in a constant state of rebellion about the whole thing, but you can't deny the facts. Are you going to connect both Montenegro's territories? No, I will hold this. I'm not going to... Well, I don't know if I'll spit out of Yugoslavia, but I don't think I want to. I want to hold Yugoslavia as Montenegro, so that people understand who the true... who truly reigns supreme in the Balkans. Let's get them slaughtered, and Muscovy's time is nigh. Turkestan. I can't believe that's a real place. It sounds so made up.